Louise, congratulations in order. You passed your online assessment centre. How do you feel now?
Yeah, good. Excited for the next stage, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got your interview coming up and feeling confident for that. I know we've done a little bit of prep work with you. So hopefully, well, no, we don't do hopefully, do we? We do certainly. We'll certainly smash
Yeah.
your interview. Yeah. So
Good news.
let me take you back if I can to before you came across us and you knew you had this thing called the online assessment centre to do. How are you feeling about the recruitment process, the online assessment centre, before you started engaging with us?
So I think for me, it was sort of the fear of the unknown.
Mhm.
I had no context of what it was, what it entailed. And I think, having a quick Google of what it seemed to entail, I think scared me more than anything.
Mm.
So my confidence went down instead of up. So yeah, I was feeling very nervous going into it. Obviously before I found you guys.
So I guess it sounds like you didn't know what you didn't know back then, and as soon as you started finding out a little bit more about it, it suddenly, suddenly realised that there's actually a lot more to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, it was obviously coming across you, and the consultancy was sort of worth its weight in gold in terms of the reassurance,
Mm.
and the clear direction and structure that it's able to provide in terms of doing things that are going to add value to what the tasks are, and obviously what the online assessment centre is, as opposed to just sort of trying to blanket sort of study and prep and missing the mark. So. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that advice out there, isn't there? Like study the CVF. I
Mhm.
mean, just makes no sense, really, does it? Just like what you can learn it
Yeah,
as much as you want, but how do you actually apply any of it in the
yeah,
exercises?
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The out of context, I think, was the thing that I struggled with. Obviously, you can sit and read a document over and over and over, and it just
Mm.
won't go in. And as soon as you've got any context, you struggle to apply it. Whereas I really like the practical side of sort of what it was that you guys were able to offer.
Awesome. So that's a seamless link actually into how was it working with us? How was the process of working with us?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I think for me, the weekly calls, sort of focusing on the two topics, were incredibly helpful.
Mm.
I absolutely loved participating in them. I thought it was really engaging. It was really nice to hear sort of other people's perspectives as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. Jane, my coach, was absolutely incredible of actually giving me that personalised, tailored sort of approach of exactly what I needed to do to tweak my own sort of style and approach to how I was going to sort of hit the OAC. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was really nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, that personalized approach was really quite nice.
Awesome. So how did you find actually going into the OAC once you'd worked with us and done all the exercises? How was that process? Because I know a lot of people get really nervous and anxious about it.
I still did. Yeah, it's not my strongest sort of thing to
Mhm.
approach sort of an online assessment centre that you know you're going to be sort of marked on particular points and how you're going to sort of engage with that and try and fit it all in, especially when you know you're up against a time limit.
Yeah.
And I'm usually quite good under pressure, to be honest. But I felt like I approached it with doing the written assessment first. I honestly thought I completely belly flopped that one. And I kind of feel like that probably was useful for me because it really relaxed me with the other two. I kind of went into them going, oh, I feel like I've not done very well here, so I'm just gonna sort of do my best. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was really quite good. And obviously I surprised myself with doing well. And I actually did sort of above average in the other two sections. So it was
Yeah.
probably good that I didn't do quite as well as I'd hoped. I put myself under a lot of pressure. So that was one of my comments that sort of Jane always used to come back to me and say is like, stop overthinking this, like calm down,
Mm.
putting yourself under too much pressure. But yeah, no, it was good. But yeah, still felt nervous, but prepared. So I knew that obviously I had a lot in my tank that I could
Yeah.
utilize. Um, and because of the amount of work that I put in before, that kind of came second nature.
Mhm.
I feel like, yeah, I was trying to do exceptionally, but obviously feeling like maybe I'd missed the mark on being exceptional, but obviously you still come out with really glowing sort of results. So it was definitely worth doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the thing we do is we try and raise you to like this standard up here, knowing that you're going to drop to about that on the day, but that's still way more than the pass mark, which is down here somewhere. So,
Yeah, and that's what I found, like reviewing my results as well. I was like,
mm.
I've actually done really well here. Like, yeah, I was surprised. It very much surprised me with the results. So yeah, it was good.
This is a story I've heard for decades. You know, the people who have coached, walking out of whatever assessment or interview it is, thinking, "Oh no, I must have failed it because I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't say the other," and I was thinking, oh, "Let's just wait and see what the results say." And then a
Yeah.
couple of days later, we'll get a phone call or an email that just says, "Oh my God, I can't believe it! I passed with such high marks."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because we're raising you to a really high standard, knowing that you're going to drop a little bit, but it's still a really high standard. So, awesome
Definitely.
stuff. Oh, it's great to hear. I always love to hear about how everything's gone and how the support worked out for you. Really, really pleased to hear that. I suppose one of the last questions would be, so if you could pass on a message to someone who is in the same situation now that you were in a few months ago before you came across us, and they've just done that Google search and it's come across Blue Light Consultancy, and they're thinking, "Ah, this is interesting. Should I book that call or not? Should I fill that form out or not?" Go on, what's the message you'd give them?
I think in terms of, if it's something that you're very much invested and wanting to doing, you want that career, you want to make sure that you are ensuring that you make that happen.
Mhm.
Um, it's an investment that's well spent. I think the knowledge and the experience that you guys are able to impart onto people is absolutely priceless. And something that I think actually will probably not just be beneficial for the OAC, but actually potentially, obviously, if I'm successful in my career as well. So yeah, I feel like obviously it was definitely for me. A sort of a no-brainer in terms of what it's been able to give me and the confidence through the process. So yeah, definitely worth doing. Definitely think, people should invest if it's something that they're interested in doing. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And actually, you're not the first person who said that. We get a lot of people who are actually, now they're in the police, they come back to us and say, "Do you know when we covered that thing on the online assessment centre? I'm actually using that now."
No.
Yeah, because these aren't just skills to get through the online assessment centre or to get through your interview. These are policing skills that, like you said, you will use them. You will use them. You've got, I touched it up the other day, there's over 250 years worth of management and coaching experience in our team. And you might have a really good sergeant, I'm sure you will when you first join, but they're not going to have that kind of a combined experience. So, yeah, you've got a lot of support there. Well, Louise, listen, it's fantastic hearing about all of that. So pleased for you, and it's all worked out, and a big smile on your face as well says it all. Um, one favour, if I can. Um, so when you actually do succeed, and you've done your initial training, and you're at that passing out parade, we'd love to see a photograph of you with loved ones, or just on your own, or whatever it might be, just looking all proud in your uniform. We love to see those photographs. It just gives the team a sort of sense of, yeah, they can just sharing that achievement with you, just
Yeah,
sharing that achievement with you. So if you could do that for us, that'd be amazing.
I will try my best. Yes, I have my two small people who are going to be my biggest fans. So I will make sure we get a photo of all three of us together.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, it's so nice to hear. So nice to hear. And they're going to be looking up to mummy, just thinking, mummy's the best.
Yes, hopefully. Mummy's a
Yeah.
superhero is what I'm going for.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. Louise, well, listen, it's not the last time we'll see each other, because the other news is that we're launching an alumni this year, and I hope that you'll join it.
Yeah,
Um, Whereas Raj has talked about, fast track, things like that. One of the things that we've found is that often people join the police and they get so sucked into the day to day
yeah,
that they forget about themselves. They forget about their own awesome careers and doing what they can to develop that awesome career. So we'll be launching an alumni soon. So watch out for news of that.
perfect. Thank
It will be a sort of subscription service because, of course, it will take up a lot of our time. But we really want to invest in people like yourself to make sure that you achieve everything the first time round.
you.
When you'll have people around you saying, "Oh, you need about 7 or 8 years experience before you can be a sergeant." Nah, no, you don't. You
Yeah,
need 3 or 4. And there's nothing stopping you doing your sergeant's exam with 3 years service, 2 years service. I did mine with 2 years and 1 month service, and I came top in the force. So for me, but if I can do it, so can you. And we'll be there to encourage you and sort of push you and provide some accountability. So we're really looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to join it. And like I said, it won't be the last we'll see of each other.
Yeah, definitely. Lovely. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate all the support.
Awesome. Louise, we'll catch up with you soon.
See you
Take
soon.
care. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.